This is going to be a real quick overview of stuff I carry with me bow hunting that's in my backpack just about every time I go into the woods. What I don't have here is my lone wolf climbing tree stand, which maybe I'll show in a different video, but these are the basics that I carry with me in general. I might add a thing or subtract a thing now and then, but this is what I have with me almost every time. So I hope you enjoy this video. I keep everything pretty much in one tote, and I have these the kind of tote that you could buy anywhere that has these clips that hold the top down so it doesn't fly off if you throw it in the back of the truck. So here we go. So here it is. Do a close-up of it. Okay, this is a SOG backpack. It was relatively cheap, under 40 bucks. It's kind of a small one. I don't know what size. I know they make a much bigger size. What I did is I cut slits in the back, and there was some foam in there. Because I washed this pack so much in water and submerge it, any kind of styrofoam that was in the backpack straps, or here, not styrofoam, but it had foam in there, I pulled it out because you really don't need it. It was padding. All it did was, it's like a sponge held water. So I pulled it out of everywhere where it was. I cut slits and basically pulled it out, so no problem. Okay. So there's some MOLLIE on it, which I really like the MOLLIE system, and I just got these on Amazon. Okay, that's just my little snippers. All right, clippers. And they'll go in here like this. I have them on the outside of the pack because I'm always needing them. Don't have to dig around for them. I have my pee bottle. I know a lot of guys don't use a pee bottle. I like to use one, and I have it in a bottle holder. Okay, always accessible. Okay, I have another little pack. Always carry some scent-free Vaseline. And that's for your lips, or if your knuckles are a little dry, you have a little cut. It really helps a lot. Doesn't smell. It's very cheap. Okay, you can pick it up at any store that sells pharmaceutical products, or you can pick it up just about anywhere. Walmart is where I get mine. I have a little bottle that I got from Walmart, little travel bottle, and I fill it with hydrogen peroxide. And I use that to freshen my breath when I'm in my tree stand. I find it's pretty important. Alright, I always carry a bunch of Screwin bow holders. And a bunch of these stick-on heat packs. And I like to stick them on everywhere. If I'm cold, I'll put them in my hat, I'll put them anywhere. I'll put them in my shoes, and they really do work. I think everybody uses these now. Okay, so this is what I have on the outside of my pack. Up in the very top, a pair of reading glasses. Okay, I have a little Grunt Call that's accessible to me. Sometimes I do use a grunt. This light, which is really neat. Okay, this is a little red clip-on light that I got at Home Depot. And what I like to do with this is when I'm walking into the woods, I don't use any light except for this one. And it has a clip on it. And I'll show you how I use it. I put it on my boot so my hands are free, and it only aims at the ground. Okay, I don't know if you can see this light. So when I'm walking in, my light is very low to the ground. I can see where I'm walking, and I don't spook deer. You can't see my light from far away, so I really like that system. I think this covers everything because it's a red light, it shines low. If somebody's close up to you or if somebody's up in a tree stand, they'll still see it, so it'll protect you from walking in with no light at all. Okay, so I have that up here. Okay, the next pouch. Okay, I like to carry a few knives, a few decent quality knives. A really sharp Kershaw I've had over 20 years, and I keep it very sharp for gutting. Then I have another second knife that I keep very sharp, and I only use these for field dressing. A can comes in handy sometimes. Headlight. This is a Coast light. It shines red or really bright white light. And that's a headlight. Mostly use it walking out of the woods. Some electrical tape. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, Screwin step. A foldable Cranford step. I use these a lot when I use a climber stand. I use my Lone Wolf sit and climb. Sometimes the base of the tree is very fat, so I like to put it at least one screw in so that I could get up higher to climb into the tree with the climber. Always carry some extra backup cell phone battery power and a cable in case the cell phone dies. Okay, some SD cards for my cameras. I carry a few of those. This time of year, at the end of the season, I take all the batteries out of every light. That way, if this thing sits for a while, you don't come in the beginning of next season and find all your batteries leaked and damage your lights. So pulling them out, an ounce of caution really goes a long way. Okay, let's go into the main compartment now. All right, rangefinder. Just about everybody that bow hunts carries a rangefinder these days. Some extra heat packs. A pull-up rope. A second pull-up rope, and I use this one for my backpack and this one for my bow. That way one rope kind of digs into my hands a lot to pull up at one time, so I use two pull-up ropes. Also, if you ever lose one or drop one, it's good to have a backup rope if you have to pull up all your stuff at once. So there we go with that. I use a full body safety harness, and it's a very light one. It comes with every tree stand you purchase, and I like to use these more than any commercial safety harnesses because it's so light. I have other heavier duty safety harnesses, but this one is the one I use most of the time, and I have a whole bunch of them. Every time you buy a tree stand, it comes with one, and they're so light. Sometimes they're hard to tangle or untangle. I'm so used to it. Second nature to me. I do it in 2 seconds, so I really like to use these types of safety harness. It's a full body harness, goes around your leg, around your shoulders, the rope, tether around the tree. Very good one. Extra scent lock baseball cap for walking in and out. A fleece type hat to put over your hat. Okay, I do rattle on occasion around Halloween or early November, and this is the type of apparatus I use. It's a night inhale, and it has gotten me a deer before, so it's not as silly as it looks. Okay, this is a grunt call from my younger days, and it's a deep grunt. I always carry it during the peak of the rut. I don't know who makes it. It's definitely an oldie, but I've had it forever. Corona folding saw. It's got Sierra tooth blade. You could get this at most Home Depots or box stores, and it's decent size. I use it a lot, and I have 2 of these, and I've had them for a long time. They seem to last, and they do very well. I carry 2 Cranford screw-in steps with me. They're kind of heavy, I know, but it's worth it. I use them almost every time I go into the woods. And I use them to retrieve trail cameras that are high up, because I always put my trail cameras at least 2 steps up and reach as high as I can. Or to when I use my climbing stand, when I use my Lone Wolf sit and climb, I'll have at least 1 or 2 steps on a bigger tree so I could get it going. And always carry 2 with me. Okay. Lights. Okay. I carry a few lights with me. And field dressing gloves. Okay. Another MOLLIE on the outside is my red light. My bigger red light. Sometimes I get lost in the woods trying to find my way, and I carry a very strong red light with me. And I only need this in an emergency, or if I really can't find my spot, or looking for something, or freelance hunting, looking for a tree, seeing if it has any branches up top. I'll use this very bright red predator light. And I have it out here, accessible, in a MOLLIE on the outside of the pack. So the MOLLIES on the outside of the pack are for things that I need to access without digging around too much. So, okay, so I'll lay it all out here. So in the tote itself, okay, this is usually in my pack. I don't know why it's not in my pack. This is my scent lock hood. So I bring this in every time. This goes into my backpack. Okay, I have the scent lock gloves. It's the end of the season, so things are a little messier. Okay, I have everybody knows what this is for, and I keep it in a Ziploc bag so it doesn't get wet. Okay, I have the GoPro chest harness that I carry with me. Okay, a few extra screw-in steps. All right. I have some Carbo Mask face paint. And I have a mirror, cheap dollar store mirror, that I could put that makeup on with. Extra lineman's rope. So I have the extra lineman's rope with the rope in one and the carabiner. So I carry that. Hydrogen peroxide. Okay. I dilute it a little bit with water and I use it as a mouth rinse before I go in the woods. Extra green light here. Extra broadheads. So there's an overview of everything. The pack itself, SOG, inexpensive. I got it on Amazon. It was like 38 bucks. A lot of MOLLIE on it. I like this pack. It does a job. I don't think I need anything better than that. Okay, you got the pocket juice for your cell phone charger, cell phone cord, a couple of knives, a can, which I seldom use, but I like to have, screw-in steps, little hydrogen peroxide in a bottle, spray it in my mouth every once in a while, a little tube of Vaseline for your lips or for little cuts, some trail markers, reflective tacks, Grunt Call, Headlamp, toe warmers, rattling pack or whatever you call it, something for rattling, my strap. Oh, and look at that as we speak. That's pretty neat as I'm doing the video. That is cool. Where are they coming from? Okay, while I'm making the video, had a little activity in the yard. Okay, let me continue the video here. All right, so I always carry an orange hat because you never know when you have to walk in or out of the woods. A folding saw, Corona folding saw, rangefinder, lineman's belt, 2 different ropes, the fleece cap, a baseball cap, scent lock, a scent lock hood with gloves as well, complete head covering scent lock, and the accessories. Pretty standard stuff. I'm sure most everybody has something similar in their packs. But if you have any questions or anything to add, please leave a comment. Please subscribe. It does help me a lot. I appreciate everybody that subscribes. Thanks for watching this one, and see you next time.